Why the author considers Iissidiology to be the most authentic and universal knowledge. You said you received this knowledge intuitively, through deep meditation, and that it does not exist in other books or other sources. What gives you the confidence to say that this knowledge is truth, and not a fiction, and that it truly gives us an idea of the true human relations? Because many other people and teachings claim the same.
Что мне дает убеждение? Убеждение в том, что это наиболее...
What gives me the confidence? The confidence that is the most correct one? Because in meditation, I looked at those worlds in which the larger part of humanity has mastered this knowledge.
В которых этим знанием овладела большая часть человечества. И сравнивая те миры, где в основе науки...
And I compared those worlds, where Iissidiology lies as the basis of science, where there is Iissidiology knowledge, Iissidiology principles, and Iissidiology theory. I compare what is happening there, what relations are there, and what kind of relations are here. And this is the most convincing argument for me. The fact that this knowledge contributes to faster and more effective development of people in direction of exactly that towards the human tendencies of his existence, and not towards some kind of animal ones. That is, by analyzing, by comparing. I see, for example, that there is no religion in our future worlds. If you want, you can spit at me, beat me, but there is no religion there. Why? Because where Iissidiology exists, there is a profound understanding that everything what happens around us in the surrounding reality has nothing to do with religious concepts. That is all that false, all what people now do not know how to explain. And phenomena that are perceived as miracles, in fact, are very easily explained from the Iissidiology perspective. From a perspective of many world existence perception of reality and information theory. In fact, any detail of our life can be deeply analyzed, and the cause can be found and determined as to why the consequences in this exact way are realized here, in the given point of space-time. Therefore, the reliability of this knowledge supports its absolutely logistical nature and universality. In fact, if to study this knowledge in depth, to deeply understand Iissidiology, then the answers, causes, and exactly the causes can be found to any answer that life places in front of us. So it is necessary to study Iissidiology. People want a proof, but here it turns out that in fact to get the proof, you need to understand it yourself.
Да, нужно разобраться, нужно глубоко убедиться в истинности этого. Я вам скажу, что
Yes, you need to understand. It is necessary to be deeply convinced in its truth. I'll tell you that now in AFAR, there are a lot of people who are seriously engaged in science, medicine, PhDs of medical science, PhDs of physical mathematical sciences. People who did not hold PhDs, but who deeply studied physics and mathematics, graduated from physics and mathematics faculties of universities and institutes.
университетов и институтов. И столкнувшись с
And
этим
when they
знанием,
faced this knowledge, practically each of them started with an internal desire to refute it.
чтобы убедить и себя в первую очередь, но и автора,
To convince not only themselves in the first place, but also to expose the author in some inaccuracy.
в недостоверности. И чем
And the
больше
more
они
they began to study it,
и
and the more they tried to find some mistakes,
старались найти какие-то
some
промахи,
disjoins,
какие-то
some
несоответствия,
pitfalls,
какие-то подвохи, тем больше
the more they were
становилось
convinced of its absolute consistency,
абсолютной логичности, взаимосвязанности
the interconnectedness of some or other views,
положений, тех
some or other statements,
концепций, которые
conceptions that in an incredible manner appear in a certain place, at a certain
появляются в
time,
одном месте, в одно время,
and are
и
connected with the information that takes place
соединяются
at a
информацией,
different
которая
time.
приходит в
Synchronicity.
другое время. Сейчас это легче гораздо.
It is much easier now, because this is a huge amount of information that can be consistently studied from beginning to end, and all of this information came at different times, in different meditations,
В разных медитациях и
and was connected with one another after huge gaps of time.
времени друг с другом объединялось в единое целое. То есть абсолютная логичность и
Therefore,
универсальность
the absolute logic and universality, when considering this knowledge, under any angle, from the position of any science, does not leave anything else except spreading your arms and saying, "Yes, this is the truth." But you, for that, you need to study it in order to get this realization. That is, by clinging on to any one piece of this knowledge, and having no idea of the other fragments of this knowledge, of this information, you can make up various disjoints, that this does not match, and that does not match. And when you put it all together, then everything turns into a single puzzle, into a single picture. And it allows you to quite deeply and comprehensively evaluate the formation of the universes, the creation, the participation of individual forms of self-consciousness in this structure, that is, us, people, about the interaction of energies, the principles of space-time organization, the principles of time operation, the structure of time, what it is, how it is formed, etc.